what it ain't, what it gonna be, what's it.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of CB and the Boys Radio Show. Everybody's in the building. We're going to have a hot show tonight. So just sit back, relax, and buckle up.
Not just another episode. It is
the 100th episode. So sit back and relax as we celebrate 100 episodes of this fabulous show. So without further ado, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy, fun ride. Roll it, George.
Crystal C.B. Booker, George Record Boy Homie, Roger Hawkins, Mimi Acosta. Let's go! CB and the Boys, Midweek Motivator. Come on, gather around, get the 411, and let's talk about it.
Yo. Yay! 100 episodes. Everybody give yourself a hand. Yay! 100 episodes.
100.
We did it. We're doing the dang thing. Yes, like Chiefs, we are winners.
100.
So what is up, everybody? 100.
What do we got?
Who'd have thought, huh?
We got Gage in the house. We got Trey in the house.
Hey, Trey.
Hello.
Making it do what it does.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. We've got a hell of a show tonight. It's going to be an extension of what we talked about last week, Attack of the X, and it's just going to get better and better and more exciting. We're going to educate you. We're going to motivate you. We're going to do it 100 times over. Boom.
Well, hey, that's a lot.
A whole lot of freaking boom, boom. I need a drink. Let's go.
Bang.
All right. Well, with that being said, I guess we're going to jump right into it.
Let's go.
Come get the 411. And it's Mimi's drink special. Mimi, let them know what you're sipping on.
I ain't sipping on a whole lot tonight, guys. Okay, so first of all, I don't forgot my water in the freezer. But anywho, tonight I am having Corona Bear on ice with my straw. I know, don't judge me. It's 100 episode. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Okay. So what happened was we probably need a disclaimer on top of that because we're gonna have a hell of a show tonight. Okay, just FYI. But that's what I'm having.
Warning, the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Recovered.
Yeah, sure. So with that being said, CB, what you having over there?
Water.
Must be on a water diet. And like 3 weeks in a row, she just had water.
See, you guys aren't going to say anything when you see me in Vegas. Ha.
What
Thanks
happened
to
to
water.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks away?
2.5 weeks away.
2.5 weeks away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I leave in a week and a half for Cabo.
Yeah.
I go to Cabo on the 22nd.
In about 3 weeks to be exact. Today's the 1st, 27th. Yeah.
That's his first.
Yeah, I leave on the 22nd for Cabo.
So that's 27 days.
Yeah, when I get back, we'll be in Vegas.
Oh, we got some counting folk on here. Yeah.
Okay, so you just don't do a water diet. But anyway, so George, what's he having?
You already know what it is.
George, you need to go.
Well, I got that St. James working.
Thank you, Trey.
That velvet red wine.
Okay. I like. And Roger, I know you got something brewing over there. Are you over there mixing shit? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's I'm just doing a little energy drink in the vodka. It's Red Bull and small Alani. I got 2 different flavors, dos sabores. So I'll be up tonight. I think I got a long night ahead of me. So, keeping it going.
Okay. JJ, we see you in the building, love. Hey.
I hope you drinking.
I hope you're drinking. What y'all drinking? Trey, what you drinking? Gage.
Oh,
Gage
come to
is
my
in
house.
the building tonight. What's up, Gage?
Shit started, huh? There it is.
100 episode. It's gonna be some shit tonight, guys. So get ready.
Look, I think we ought to change that disclaimer to say warning, and it says all that shit, but needs to put my name in there, and probably Mimi's too, saying, this individual is going to say a lot of profanity. So if you're hey, fair
JJ
enough.
is having vodka. Vodka is on tap tonight. Yes, baby.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Y'all need to come to Vegas with us. So we're gonna be in Vegas for a whole week from the 27th to the 31st, I want to say. Of this month.
It's all
and
good.
Gage,
get everybody
JJ.
around.
Yeah, all y'all need to come out and
get everybody around.
Yeah. And George got a special drink that he's concocting. So I think probably by next week we're gonna have something going on the show that's gonna be a little bit different, baby.
Yeah, he'll be on the floor.
George got moonshine and some hooch or something.
I call it a chocolate Cuervo.
That sounds disgusting.
That part
right there.
Like I wish I had one right now.
Listen, I'm not writing anything off until I check it out. So
hey.
Oh, got the Grand Marnier and Apple Crown, Gage.
Yes, Gage over there on the grown-up shit. I like.
Nice. Hey, what did triangle say to the circle?
Oh shit, here we go. Look, we can't do it because you don't fit. What?
You're really pointless.
What you say? That's it?
I'll see you around.
Oh god.
Okay, so
I'll see you around.
I like that too, George.
Right.
Yeah, I like that, George. See you around.
No, god.
Oh,
Anyway,
man. Look,
what you got, Mimi? Spill it. What you got?
Okay, so I got a little bit of 411 tonight. I hope y'all got some 411 of y'all own, because look, I'm just slipping and sliding tonight on the 411 for real. But okay, so how about in regards to George Floyd and what's been happening out in New York? New York is about to pay over $21,000 to 300 of George Floyd's protesters. NYPD kettled and restrained with zip ties in June 2020. So of those that were all jacked up, they're about to have a very interesting payday.
Interesting. So everybody get a little. I mean, fair enough.
So that's the thing. That's what happens. And it's really interesting because a lot of that stuff is starting to happen because these suits take a long time. People think that a lawsuit just take, especially like when it comes to a class action lawsuit. Yep, that's not no overnight thing, but the payout is nice, for you to just be chilling. You're no longer in jail. You're living your life and you get a phone call. Hey, you're about to collect $21,000.
Yeah, but it's sad that somebody lost their whole damn life for that kind of thing. I mean, it never adds up then. Yeah, then it never adds up. But I mean, maybe holding people liable will start to, but that kind of goes back to what a lawyer said once. He said, if Black people really want to stop being killed and harassed by police, he was like, get very expensive life insurance policy.
Yeah.
He's like, because the state has to pay that out. So if every brother that you killed had $1 million policy, they would stop it because it's a lot of money. So there's it.
JJ, yes, we see you, baby. I hope to be able to see y'all soon. You will love. And Trey, Trey got some 411. We got to let Trey slip in with the 411. You gonna call in?
You're welcome.
I think you need to call in, Trey, with the 411. That might be a whole lot of typing, but go ahead and submit. In the meantime, let me give y'all my own.
What's going on? One of us might have seen it. So let's see what's jerking. Hey, I just said, hey, Gage, me and Gage 100% together on that one. For real, get $1 million policy. Watch what happens. 100.
Real talk.
Nobody wants to.
It's not always as glorious as it seems, because I was involved in a class action suit to a company that makes billions, and the suit was for almost $1 billion. And by the time it broke down and everybody that worked for the company got paid, my check was like $325.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's kind of like being a rapper, ain't it?
What kind of shit is that?
Yes, I've seen that before. It happened with my bank years
It
ago.
took like 3 years to get it.
And you got I think I got back, if I got $7 or $8, that was a lot. And I saw the bullshit and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Deposit it?
But it's principle because you always hear people go, oh, they were awarded by the judge and da da da. But yeah, they don't collect that much. It's just symbolic. It's symbolic.
No. So Trey said 3 KCPD cops shot last night, and it was a 19-hour standoff. Well, damn.
Yep, I saw that in the news. It's true.
George, you should have a clip of that on the news. Dave said,
every clip out there, it shows a bunch of KCPD standing around yellow tape.
Yeah.
Hey, they don't want to go in either. they don't want to go in either.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, you know how that is, but
they don't. Yeah. Okay, so on my last one, I'm gonna keep rolling, guys.
Keep going.
So a 65-year-old Black woman near Houston, Texas, thought that it was her lucky day when she found $50 on the floor in a local grocery store. However, she ended up being assaulted by 3 white employees instead. I'm going to take all these names out. So,
who did it?
Who did it? Okay, so Betty Smith claims that 3 white store clerks at the Lindman grocery store in Industry, Texas, detained and assaulted her after she found $50 on the floor of the store. Money they claim belonged to a friend of the store clerk that had been in the store minutes before. So what started out as a small disagreement ultimately ended up in Smith's assault and the arrest of her granddaughter, Zenti. These people have names.
Yeah, don't try.
Okay, so it's Destiny, but look how they spell it. Dezteni. Destiny. Okay, Cyrus, who arrived at the scene in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. You know, she must have went on stupid.
Yeah.
So the store's employees have since been fired, and the Austin County District Attorney's Office has declined to file charges on either side. However, Smith's family is seeking justice and believes the 3 store employees should be charged for violating Smith's human and civil rights. Could this have been the result of a racial discrimination by the employees? Should there be serious consequences for their actions? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, for one, employees at a store are taught never to get involved in anything. If somebody steals, runs, walks, either if you don't have security, leave it alone, because you could be putting your life at risk for $5. So yeah, every one of them is wrong. They should have been fired because every one of them is wrong. I know that for a fact. Here in Vegas, if you go to AutoZone, I've watched people walk into AutoZone, look around, shop, pick shit up, and walk out the front door. And I've watched every clerk do like this and watch them. They are instructed to not get involved because you can lose your life over some dump or a can of oil. So those employees are 100% wrong, and she should file suit. Now the trick is, most of the time, we don't have legal representation, and we're selling wolf tickets. Now, if you get involved with people who do have it, that's your ass. That's an easy win right there.
Right.
Because if I say I'm going to get my attorney, I got a damn attorney. But a lot of people don't. They just, it's kind of a throwaway phrase. But if you really do have representation, yeah, she can win that pretty easily.
Right.
And it's racial, and she's an elder, and it's all elder abuse, civil rights. I mean, the list goes on and on. They'll pay her and settle out of court. So Granny just retired. That's what I would think.
Yeah. So let me see. Gage said, you see what happened in California when the Panthers started carrying guns. According to the law, they changed the gun laws within months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can bring about change either way. 100% right, Gage. 100% right. We're gonna bring about change whether you love it or hate it. But if we get involved, they are going to change because they know we can move and shake. We just don't know. We don't. We don't utilize it.
Right.
Like we know it, but we just that shit. So
yeah.
All right.
So there's my 411, guys. I didn't have a whole lot of 411 tonight because I was just being a little extra with some other stuff. But yeah.
Well, I got
What you got, G?
I got a 411/sports.
Good, cause
It's 411.
okay.
It's in fact, what I got for you is a little shout out. Shout out for a birthday for this week. Gentleman turned 47 this week. Hold on.
Well,
We're gonna say happy birthday to one of the definitely well-rounded, one of the best tight ends in the NFL, or when he was in the NFL. Tony Gonzalez turned
I'm
47
about to say
this
Tony be
week.
Tony.
Tony
All right.
Gonzalez turned 47 this week. So I just wanted to shout out and say happy birthday, Tony Gonzalez. He made the Hall of Fame, not as a Chief, but that's okay, because thanks to Travis Kelce, everybody forgot about him.
Yeah, I bet
Tony
it's-
who? And don't forget to watch Kelsey. Speaking of Kelsey, he will be on SNL this weekend. So everyone tune in for Saturday Night Live and support our hot, wonderful Travis Kelce in his endeavors of being in the industry. And Hollywood is calling, and Kelsey is answering, and I am here for it.
Well, Nancy, you like to have a little something over there, just over that little Kelsey, honey.
Right, she was having a moment. Like, hey, girl, go and turn that screen on. Right.
She was having a little moment.
Right.
I don't know if that's something to be excited about. I mean, is Saturday Night Live really a thing anymore? You know, I mean,
they are hanging on by a thread in a heart.
They are. They're not as funny as when, the not ready for primetime players were on, like your Dan Aykroyds, Eddie Murphys, Garrett Morris.
Yeah, there are a couple. I mean, what's his name? Kenan Thompson. That kid has come a long way. I give him a lot of credit. Yeah, and they're still on it,
at first he left and then he came back. All right, so my 411. There is a gentleman that was on a podcast, and the lady was interviewing him. It's called Singles on Live.
Okay.
And he's a father of 7 kids with 3 mothers of his children, 3 baby mamas, as we're called. And he gave a quite an interesting answer. The host asked him, so, what exactly are you looking for? And he really did a 360 on everybody and said he's looking for a man.
oh shit!
No, it gets deep. It gets deep.
Right. It gets
he's
deeper.
looking for a straight man that he can marry, and his partner can have as many girlfriends as he wants, and then he can have as many girlfriends as he wants. But on paper, they would be a married couple, and he said he wouldn't have to deal with the bullshit. And I'm like,
yeah, nah, that.
Nobody, exactly. Nobody was prepared to hear that. It was like, wait, what? I literally had to watch that again because I was like, what?
Yeah,
did I hear that right?
Somebody's being punked or catfish. That's bullshit. Nah.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Like, really?
Yeah,
right.
He said he is looking for a straight man. He said he's a straight man. He's looking for a straight man.
He's not. No, he's not. Or is he trying to get
married.
in the country? Is he trying to get like citizenship?
No, he was black.
You know what? You know what that reminds me of? Remember that dude, Antoine Dodson, the gay dude, when they break
hide your wife, hide your kids.
He wants, dude wants his 5 minutes of fame. Somebody get that boy $5, knock his ass out, and tell him go away.
What kind of dumb shit is that? He is straight, and he don't want to be with a woman. He wants to be with a straight man.
He wants to marry. No. He just wants to have a straight man. Like, he wants them to be married, but he can have as many girlfriends as he wants. And he can have as many girlfriends as he wants. So his husband can have as many girlfriends as he wants, and then he can have as many girlfriends as he wants. But on paper, they're married.
Believe that for one moment, you said that is dumb as hell.
Hey, listen. Hey, we're never going to get this time in our life back. And whoever this dude is, he just wasted my. I want to beat him up for wasting my time.
I know. Even Gabe, like, where's this going? I saw that.
That's weird. It's so weird. But you know what? I expect nothing less nowadays. I really just expect nothing less. But all right.
No, he wants to turn somebody out. He wants to be the first one to turn somebody out.
No, that's the thing. He doesn't want a sexual relationship. He just wants to marry a man. So on paper, they're married, but they can live their separate lives. Or he can have as many girlfriends as he wants.
Like,
so have as many girlfriends as he wants.
Undercover gay.
Undercover gay. No, that's boldly gay. He's talking about he wanna.
Right there.
Yeah, literally.
So he wants a roommate, but he wants to be married. That's what makes it work.
He wants a roommate, but a husband on paper.
Look, you can do that with a woman if you get, so whatever. And
but he said, his explanation was that women come with too much drama.
Stevie, you're fighting so much for him. This is the thing, sweetheart.
He's a faggot.
No, I'm saying that this is what he said.
Yeah, I get it. But my thing
is, a faggot, and everything you said is an excuse.
Yeah,
and you know what we say? You know what I say about excuses?
Hey, you know what? We need to get George. We need to get a picture of that kid. I want to see what that kid looks like now, because that has got to be one of the most. Yeah, we got to.
Trey, that part.
That part right there.
That part, Trey.
I call it bullshit too.
100%. All right.
Bag it.
Hey, so listen. Yeah. I got one. I got a couple actually. I got more juice than I have sports and fitness. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh shit, let's go then.
I'm hurt this week. So Roger's on IR, so we ain't talking fitness because I'm fucking hurt.
Oh, we're gonna talk about why you got hurt, but anyway, let's go ahead.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Because you ain't been working out all winter.
No, that ain't it. That ain't it, believe it or not. But
that's okay. That's not like a part of sports. We'll get to
anyway,
the sports on the sports
first one I got is I know y'all heard about the old lady in Florida who was killed and eaten by an alligator.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now here's the kicker. She was 85. Mm-hmm. She was walking her little dog. Mm-hmm. And here's why, even though in theory it's sad, here's why it's hard for me to feel bad. One, you live in Florida. Mm-hmm. Two, you live in a community that is known for having alligators all in the pond. And goddamn D, you walked your goofy ass and your little dog really close to the water. And so the gator came and there's a video actually, George, see if you can find it. They show the moment of attack and then they cut it off. Now, here's the thing. They show black people getting killed, but they won't show this old white lady getting her ass eaten up. Now, I'm not saying I'm here for it. I'm just saying, fuck y'all if y'all show Ahmaud Arbery getting shot down by these two white boys, but you won't show this white lady getting eaten because she was trying to protect her dog.
Right.
So anyway, it wasn't really cool. Like, I would hate that if that was my grandmother, but I would have probably posthumously cussed my grandmother out if she walked that close to a damn pond with gators.
Go ahead, George.
Here it
George
is.
Got that shit. And there it is. Look at the little shit. You can hardly see the damn dog. He's so damn tiny. Oh, little tun.
And I got one. I got a little dog, but I wouldn't do that.
No.
Look at it coming. Look at it coming.
Where is it at? Oh, right, here it is over here.
Is that it down there?
Time to run.
But do you guys see how close she is to the edge?
Of course, she's at the edge.
Last time I checked, 85-year-olds can't move that quickly. And a gator can move hella fast.
Right.
Hey, most people don't know is a full-grown gator weighing in at a couple tons can catch a dog running on land.
Oh, they can scramble.
Oh, yeah. Them frigazzles. Yeah.
And it's moving fast.
How do you not see that coming?
No, look, all of your senses are slower. I get that. 85 years on this planet should teach you not to walk that damn close to that water with that dog.
It's like
in Florida.
A missile.
Right there. Here it comes.
They
right
got
there.
credit.
Too late. Boom.
Whoa.
And so, okay, so they had a phone call.
Damn, George, I'm over here going.
So the phone call was another woman who watched the whole thing, calling it in, and she's just wigging out. She's like, "Oh, he's grabbing her. She's gone. Boom, boom, boom." What cracks me up, not cracks me up, but what's messed up is like nobody in their ultimate wisdom thought to say, "Margaret, why the fuck are you walking that close to the edge? You probably can't swim, and neither can Paco." And so,
Right.
I mean, and we're talking about Florida.
Right.
It's really hard for me to feel bad. That's called a Darwin Award right there. That's Darwinism at its finest. So anyway.
And you know what? Look, the old lady might have had dementia, Alzheimer's or something. God knows. We don't know. She's 80-something years old.
Here's the thing. So now,
she just want her puppy to get a little poop.
Look, the community, they've gone and started catching all the gators now. They taking them all out the pond now. And now they are. And I'm thinking to myself, you dumb fucks, you're a day late and $1 short, but now you're going to go round them up, huh?
Right.
It's one of those, I can't stand it. So anyway, I saw that and was like,
oh,
right,
hey.
You got it?
Hold on, check this out. I got a play-by-play. They edit the video so you can't see it. But it's a play-by-play.
Yeah, I'd feel bad if that was my Nana, but I'd be mad at her too.
I know. Where's she going now? It's like
I'd cuss Nana out for walking that close to some damn water.
She's about an unsuspecting 85-year-old grandmother walking her dog by a lake. The horrifying drama at a retirement community in Fort Pierce, Florida, was caught on a wildlife camera.
Oh my God! The alligator's got her!
The victim's frantic neighbor can be heard on this just-released 911 call.
An alligator has a woman! How big is it? It's a huge gator! It's huge! I don't have anything to get to her!
The call was made by 76-year-old Carol Thomas, who was watching from her lakefront home as Gloria Surge was attacked while walking her beloved dog, Trooper.
She was walking her little dog, and the gator grabbed the dog and took her. Fell down. Is she alive?
No, bitch.
She's alive.
Yeah, she's alive. He pulled her in.
He pulled her in the lake.
She fetched this pole to try to pull the stricken woman to shore.
It's too late. It's too late. Oh my God. Did you pull her under? Yes. Oh no. I was trying to stick a pole out for her, and I was calling you at the same time, and she's gone.
Okay.
She's gone.
It's horrible for her family. It's horrible.
Now that part, I feel horrible.
A couple of her friends yesterday. They were
Okay.
devastated.
Do you wish you had gotten to her sooner?
There's no way I could have gotten to her sooner.
The 11-foot-long gator was a neighborhood fixture. He even had a name, Henry. He was captured by trappers and euthanized. Authorities are warning pet owners not to walk their dogs near Florida's alligator-infested lakes and waterways.
I don't know why people walk their little bitty dogs near the lake.
That part.
that part right there.
But no, but I will say
they
I
named
feel-
the motherfucking Henry.
I feel worse for the woman who had to witness.
Gage, why did you say that George is a real asshole?
Gage is my new favorite asshole. Gage is my new favorite asshole.
Because he found an extra video that shows clip by clip.
That gator went gator. That tiger went tiger.
They already warned them with signs.
I love it.
Yeah, see?
Yo, listen.
Ain't nobody listening until it happens to them. Big Mama needed to have her pistol with her.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Trey stupid too.
They made
shootouts of that gator.
all kind of shit.
I mean,
and you know what is going to be the most popular gator? And they're going to raise the prices up just because he ate an old lady and a dog.
But the neighborhood they knew they knew he was there. They named the gator.
His name was Henry.
The gator Henry.
See, people don't. They don't.
Serious right now.
They don't believe Fat Meat Greasy, baby. They don't believe Fat Meat Greasy.
Look, that's some Lake Placid shit, okay?
right. That part.
Feeding the gator.
Betty White walking out to the edge of the.
You want to feel bad, but it's hard. Like when I was in Africa,
like Betty White too.
We went to a restaurant and they had gators along the path and all that kind of shit. And you could see them sunbathing. And me and one of the homies we were bold enough to walk through the middle of the path. And everybody was talking about, hey, look over, look over. Nobody, black people, we scary anyway. So like you had a few feet to the water. Hey, everybody was doing this shit. Nobody walked down there. And us, we ready to run at any moment. That's it. Hey, it was
fried alligator is so good.
Running ain't gonna do no good. Them motherfuckers catch dogs. Shit.
Have you guys had alligator? Have you ever ate alligator?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
It's some good stuff.
It's good as long as they get the gritty taste out. It's actually pretty good.
It's gamey, but it tastes like.
See, the thing is, people panic and they don't think.
Well, yeah.
Because people who are raised around gators, they know how fast they are, how strong they are.
And hold on.
But
how many people in the city raised around a fucking gator?
That them motherfuckers can't climb.
Ain't no trees around, fool.
How far you gonna go without something to jump? It's a car, a bench, a table.
Hey, you guys, speaking of gator, do you remember when George's fan called and there was a gator?
Oh my God.
Do you guys remember that?
Look, all that to say, keep your ass within, give yourself a fair advantage to run. Don't be 8-9 feet away. You're done for.
But that's a little grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, how fast could she ran to get away from that?
Here's the thing, which means
the thing is, she put
if
herself.
She had to get out.
It's hard
to give me the dog, bitch. Jump on the table.
It's like you feel bad, but then not, because she did it to herself. And like when Gage said, I'm sure there were signs all over the place. Don't get too close to the water.
As soon as he grabbed the dog, I would have been out.
Exactly.
I've been mad.
Yeah, because he would have taken the dog back to the water with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what happened. She seen that recent post that went viral. The man that saved the dog from the gator. It was a man that saved the dog from a gator. The gator was about 2.5 feet long.
Yeah, remember that?
And he opened the mouth.
He got his puppy.
The gator back. See, she saw that shit. That's what it was.
We talked about it though.
And then she
she was Superwoman.
She tried to save the dog, dummy.
Yeah, I mean,
that motherfucker bigger than you are. As soon as that motherfucker grabbed the dog, shit, I'd been like, see you later.
You know what? Right. Gabe's stupid. Right. Gabe said she would have been zooming if it was a black gator.
Right.
Hey. Okay. We ain't even met officially. Gage, go to timeout.
Timeout for Gage.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so there was a woman, speaking of sued, there was a woman who sued her parents and won for giving birth to her without her permission.
That goofy shit.
And the judge ruled that her parents had to pay her $5,000 a month and take care of her. So the parents appealed the judge's decision, and they won, and they don't have to support or pay anything because she's grown. And now she did a TikTok upset because now she has to get a job and be on her own and fend for herself, and she's pissed off. So she did this TikTok rant about the whole thing.
George, tell me you've got a video. What?
I saw it.
And she said,
I don't be trying to get into the nationality shit because there's just some things that even Latinos wouldn't even think of doing. If I ever thought about doing some shit like that to my mom, my ass would come up missing.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, what happened to Mimi? She was such a good person. Oh, she went out to another country.
But who sues their parents for giving birth? Like
white people. I said it. And now pull the video up and then call me a liar. I saw the video, and here's the thing. I wanted to slap her anyway, but her whole gripe was, what am I going to do because I have no skills? Now, I understand because a lot of people that have been taken care of, pampered, and kept don't have any real skills. They're a waste of skin. But she legitimately, and here's the thing, I give her credit for doing it, and the balls on the attorney who represented her and got her that, case and won it. The judge that did it ought to be killed, but I'm glad the parents appealed and then they booted her. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, we always say, I wish my kids would do that or try that, but I know they won't because for some reason they're afraid. I don't know why. But
your kids are afraid, and we all know why.
You just want to know. I just wish your motherfucker would. Boy.
Yep, that's her.
Oh, damn it.
My parents to court for having me without my permission, and I won. So the court ordered them to give me $5,000 a month to cover my basic living expenses. Well, they went and had that appealed. So now they don't have to give me
a damn thing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So like in her actual original video and rant, she started crying about, I don't have any skills. What am I going to do for money? How am I going to pay my bills? Blah, blah, blah. Now, you know, we all sitting here like, for real? Do you know how many people I know who make their kid pay them rent and part of the bills the minute they get a job?
Mm-hmm.
But the killer is, so if you feel like, you know what, I didn't ask to be here, that shit can be handled. It can be fixed. You didn't ask to be here? Like, you can't say that to a black parent. We can fix all that. What your mama tell you? I hated the phrase growing up, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch ass here, I'll take you out.
I'll take you out.
Yeah, like that's real talk. So, you know, but that's those people. They let them deal with it. I think it's funny. You know, I'm glad she won. I hope her parents regret it and never have another damn kids. Exactly. Hey, Trey, that part right there. Parents don't care going to jail for killing their own kids because we usually have more than one. I don't get why, but damn, they don't care. I don't. Now that's interesting. So, speaking of jail, just for the hell of it, y'all know R. Kelly got 30 more years, right? Or 20 more years on top of the 30.
I didn't hear that.
So you know,
actually, no, be correct. He got 30 apiece for the other 5 cases.
Okay.
So
I know. As of the other day, they tacked on 20. So if they added more. Okay.
You got 30 times 5.
Let me tell y'all something.
But they at first they were saying that they were going to run in. That it was going to run consecutive, but they made it concurrent.
Let me tell y'all something. There's going to come a little time when they're going to let his little ass out.
He'll be old, but they will. You're right. They will.
They're going to let him out at some point. You know, all that shit's going to die down. And next thing you know, they're going to be like, oh, R. Kelly's going to be out in 6 months. It's just going to happen. Okay. The worst thing that he could have done was done what? Pee on a little girl. And that shit was bad. But
no, that shit funny.
I think her mama sold her out. Okay, because that little girl wasn't supposed to be there. I got a whole lot of things to say about R. Kelly, but you know
what? I blame a lot of parents on that, and that's something really, that would be a wrong mistake. I blame a lot of parents. We talked about it a little bit on the show. I told you guys about the gentleman I met here, whose niece was one of them. So I mean. But I think more people should be in jail than R. Kelly. I think more people should be punished than him.
Of course.
A lot of parents should be.
Definitely.
But of course, you go for the person with the money. I agree with you though, Mimi. I think he'll get out when he's old as shit. But hey, am I wrong? Because I want to hear the new album because I heard that shit was dope that he did from prison.
But I also heard that it wasn't him. Like, what's the deal that leaked it out? Like,
he didn't. No, of course he didn't leak. Somebody leaked it. But here's the deal: when you accidentally leak shit, that's how you get people interested because everybody wants what they can't have. And let's be real. I don't care who hears it. I don't care who's mad. R. Kelly will stay in my rotation because that boy makes some who bangers.
Yeah, of course.
He's singing about 12-year-olds. I'm listening for grown-ups. But hey, R. Kelly, listen, got me through college, brother. My man. You just can't talk to my daughter, bitch. My kids are too old for R. Kelly. My kids are 18 and 21, so he didn't want to. They old ladies to him.
Yeah. Gage, you are so right. It's nothing different from what Hollywood was doing, and a lot of people should be punished outside of our cultural stars. And you know what the thing about that, Gage, is It is still happening today. Period. It is still happening today.
You've heard them say the price of fame. Now I know we know this very well. It is.
Yes.
It's the price of fame. You sign that deal with the devil. You make that contract. It is. It's real. People don't want to believe it. It is real. So there's that. But
Yeah.
All right. So
fuck it. If Bill Cosby got out, he'll get out too.
Look, Bill Cosby got one eye's over here. Bill Cosby blind, crippled, and crazy. My dude is
everybody just mad. If he had not peed on that little girl, and that little girl ain't had nothing to do with nothing in R. Kelly's world, he would have been home. All these grown asses coming years later talking about what he did, and he did this to me, and he did that to me, and
Let me tell you
it's only
something.
because he peed on that little girl.
Let me tell you something about that little girl. That little girl was a runaway. They damn near. The mom and daddy was tired of dealing with her bad ass. They wish she ran away. And then so while she out there in the streets doing all kinds of shit, and then got caught up with R. Kelly and then got peed on.
Right.
Look.
Oh, our lovely little baby.
The Dave Chappelle skit about that is
he became a check.
when he kept on peeing, he was like, he kept peeing on
That's sad. That's sad. I mean,
she went from being the worst child.
It's the real world.
From being the worst child in the family to a check.
But you know the bad part about it, and I'm gonna leave this alone, but I'm gonna throw this out there. Fucking Jay-Z and Puffy was right there with him, but they sacrificed him to keep moving on. Both of those dudes got horns. They have done some foul shit. The same shit R. Kelly did to Leah, Jay-Z and Puffy did to her too. The same shit those dudes that he did to a lot of them, those dudes are right there. But you know, they cover their tracks a little better. So you know, it's still predators out there. That's why I was like, dog, listen, y'all don't understand. Certain things I have no problem going to jail for. Some people, you know, it is what it is, but like you can't do that with me. But you know, hopefully my kids ain't stupid enough to try to do some shit like that, because I gotta come kill you and whoever else if they catch you up. So they understand that. So fear is healthy. I say that all the time. I stand by that. Moving on.
Yeah, we'll have to do a freaking GoFundMe and all types of shit for Roger.
Yeah, you would. And I'm fine with that.
We have to be mamita. We might have to sell the house. We got to get your husband out.
Mr. Hawkins, why, Your Honor, you know why I did it. Don't bullshit with me, nigga. I didn't even use a gun because it was too quick. No, don't fuck with me. I already understand. Hey, so okay, look, check this out. In Tennessee, I believe it was a mayor. They said the mayor of Tennessee wants to bring back public execution by public hanging. Literally, he said this like a few days ago in a meeting in town because two politicians were debating, etc. One was pro death penalty, one was anti, and this guy literally was like, "I want to bring back public hanging in Tennessee right now." Now, here's the deal. I say it all along. I don't understand for the life of me why Black people stay in the deep South, in the South at all. I know sometimes you can't help it, but for the most part, you got options. It blows my mind that you would live in that. Remember, I told you guys before all that shit with the cops happened. When I went there, I was bugged up because like they don't know they're free. Like I was walking around Tennessee and I was like, damn, y'all didn't learn about the Emancipation Proclamation. Like they don't know they're free. It's horrible there. And so the fact that someone like this can say that publicly, still be an elected official, still be, in power, no issue. And my thing is, don't get me wrong, I'm all for capital punishment, but the problem is that shit's one-sided. So, you can't do that. So we have to be kind of like mob justice. But anyway, I just felt like that was amazing that could be said and like there's no pushback yet. I can't even say I don't like a certain type of people without people trying to cancel you and push back. This man got in front of a group of elected officials and was like, I want to bring back public hanging. Everybody's like, yeah, let me think about that. Are you shitting me? Tennessee needs to be blown off the
Well,
look,
they weren't free in Mississippi until 2013.
I'm sitting here trying to see if I can find a video or something on it, but he ain't the only one.
Oh, well,
the mayor of Alabama
listen,
bring back public execution.
Right.
Idaho has currently, and this was reported 8 days ago. Idaho is putting up a bill that would bring back execution by firing squad.
Which here's the thing: if it wasn't so one-sided, that would kind of be cool. but we know there's going to be an overwhelming. There's going to be a slant to that. If that, like, here's the thing: if everything was even and fair, I would be for a lot of things that might make people look crazy at me. But because I know that everything is skewed, I can't say in good conscience, yeah, we should do that, because I know that a lot of my brothers and sisters would get railroaded and screwed over. But if it was fair across the board, hell yeah. That's how other countries keep things in control. If you look at the Middle East, if you look at Asia, Japan, if you look at places like that, the reason they don't have crime and things like that is because of their corporal punishment system. If you look at Africa, certain places there's no thievery and all that, because they will catch you and they will end you. You don't even, that shit don't go to trial. Here, everything is monetized, which means, obviously there's a political spin. The rich get what they want. Judges can be bought. So I don't approve of that in America. But in other countries, hell yeah, close your eyes, let them out, go do what you do. But not here, because it would never be fair. Real quickly, also, I don't know if you guys keep up kind of with the 411 Cuba. Cuba Gooding Jr. was accused of rape about a year or so ago by some trick that he was, fucking. He didn't give her a goodbye gift, and so she kind of went Kobe on it. Now, two things. One, there are 2 or 3 people that worked at the hotel, the manager and someone else, the chef or somebody. They've all come forward going, we heard her bragging about actually having sex with him voluntarily. So he's going to get off. He won't have to, they may pay whatever to shut up. But here's what I'm saying to people out there. Whether you're high profile or not, man, not even being funny, have a contract. When Dave Chappelle did that skit again, he was telling the truth. It was funny, but he was telling the truth. Have a contract next to the bed. I'm not bullshitting. If your son plays football or basketball at a college, tell him have that contract right there. Anytime one of them little white girls comes in there and wants you to say, hey, let's do it. Yep, go ahead and sign right there. We agree.
Sign that release. Yep.
Yes. And so they get away with it, but this is the kind of shit that happens. And this is what makes me curious about this. I feel like anybody that falsely accuses somebody of something should have that crime committed against him. And I know that sounds harsh, and I mean for it too. Because
but it's the truth.
It'll stop people making that kind of accusation that will ruin someone's life.
Yes. Because look at the shit that Cuba have to go through as a result of something like that.
No matter what.
Nobody wants to work with him. He lost a lot of work. Hollywood turned their back. You go through a lot of shit, and then the chick is just like, exactly. He needs to go the fuck down.
Who on here has a son? Every one of us. If somebody came in right now and your son had to go to jail because some girl was mad at him because he dumped her for another girl and she said he raped him, and now you got to visit your son every Christmas and behind bars, I bet we would change our minds. So you can't call me on that shit about my kid, because and it didn't happen. Rest assured, I'm gonna go hire a couple of hard-hitting homies with some pipes, and that shit's about to happen. Double jeopardy, baby, double jeopardy. Yeah. I know the law. Yeah. Don't fuck with me and mine. So anyway, Cuba might be in better shape.
Yeah, but you can't never really clean your name from shit like that, because the lost time and the mental anguish and all the shit. And it happens that way for all these sports guys as well. You know what I'm saying? You hook up with these women, shit happens.
Once it's said, the damage is done. Whether you was in the right or the wrong.
Even if it's cleaned up, and you're now like trying to like live you can never really come back, because at the end of the day, like not everybody has the story that you're now clear all at once. Some people are going to still be like, what the hell he doing here? Not knowing, oh shit, he was cleared of that. Damn, we didn't know.
Hey, I'm with you on that, Trey.
Hey, that part.
I would be next to my son in jail if that happened to him.
Hey, look, probably not. I probably would just be dead, because I'm going to be honest. That shit happened to my son, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. And then I know they're going to.
What you have to realize is
me, then I'm going to go to jail for the rest of my life. So I might as well just take this little bit of free time left and shoot everybody I don't like.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I mean, if I gotta go, I gotta go.
And that is how we do the 411.
Right. George doing some time to kill type shit.
I mean,
happy anniversary, guys.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna rob a bank for $20.
Right.
You got a point there.
Who gonna do that shit? Well, there's some niggas out there, but I'm not gonna rob a bank for $20. I'm going to the whole goddamn boat.
Yeah, there's a saying that goes, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it big.
Okay. So
when I go kill this motherfucker for doing that to my son, and I know they coming after me, everybody that I don't like, y'all better run. Because I'm coming down the street and some shit like
Rambo.
Thunderdome, man. I'm gonna have guns all the way around the cars. I'm just shooting everybody. Fuck it. All you motherfuckers is dying. I'm going to jail. Fuck it.
Goddamn, Tupac.
I'm just saying.
I know, times 10.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna need no investigation.
I got one more question. If you guys, okay, I read a story, and this was in the UK, which they make me laugh. Read a story about a gentleman. I guess they got to drive like a Formula One car, like a NASCAR or Formula One, whatever. And there was a guy that was the last in line. And it said that it was like, listen, whoever is right here is the last to drive. There was a little kid behind him that really wanted to ride, and he started crying because the dude didn't give up his spot to the little kid. And he posted a picture of himself showing that I'm the last one, and the little kid back there crying, and he was like, that face they make when they don't get their way. And like a lot of people, he got like 1 million views, and most of the people supported him. Do you think people are obligated to do that because it's a child? But similarly speaking, just like on an airplane, do you think people are obligated if people go, can I sit with my son, or can I sit with my husband or my wife? Do you think people should, out of the goodness of their heart, or to be whatever, do you think people should do that more, or no? Do you agree with this gentleman?
I mean, look, if we're on a plane and somebody wanted to sit next to their hubby and their hubby sitting next to me, I would do it. I would trade seats with them. I don't see the problem in that. If it's a window seat.
You got here earlier, got on the motherfucker. Or you should have picked a flight with a sign.
So fucking mean.
I'm just saying. It's called first come, first serve for a reason.
Well, no, not necessarily. Not if you purchase your seat. I purchased my seat. I paid the extra and purchased my seat. I gotta have a window seat at all times.
See what I'm saying? Now, what if a motherfucker came to you, been like, can I have your window seat so I can sit next to my son?
I'm sorry.
Now you flip.
And okay, so and it depends on the. Well, you know what? First of all, the airline is not going to put an under, a child to sit by themselves without their parent. I can't see that happening.
I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, not like
really?
a 3-year-old, but yeah, hell yeah.
A child?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, depending on the age of the child, I would do it. I'm gonna just say that.
So here's my thought. One,
a damn 15-year-old with freaking headphones and an attitude, hell to the fuck.
I agree with homie. Homie sat there and was like, listen, you should have got here sooner. Your dad should have paid attention. And children need to learn you can't have your way all the time. The world life ain't fair. I agree with my dude. I'd have looked right at that kid and be like, yo, come back tomorrow. I'm out. And I'd have got in that damn car. So I'm with him. But like on the airplane, same thing. Old people, couples, I don't give a shit. You know why? You can buy your tickets together. So, and here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with y'all. For the ladies out there who don't know, the reason your husband doesn't argue and fight about that, most of the time, your dude don't want to sit with your ass. Because you're going to ask a bunch of questions, make him do a bunch of shit. He just wants to take a nap. But you're welcome. That's free from me to you. Anyway, if you don't plan ahead of time, sit your ass down. Y'all going to the same place. Now, I have given my seat up before if it was an equal seat, like George said. Mimi, if I'm in a window and you want a window, you give me a window, but you want to sit here, no problem. Good. But if you go, can you sit
don't give me no freaking middle with freaking 400-pounder that needed 2 seats but decided to get one. And I'm in the middle like this and shit the whole damn time.
And listen, I don't know
4-hour flight.
To hear this, but some of y'all that spill into my seat, either pay for 2 seats or get your slouchy ass up off me. Cause I'm gonna start throwing elbows. That shit ain't cute, but it is what it is.
Well, but it's also a security measure as well. If something should happen during the flight, heaven forbid.
But I'm gonna protect that child.
And it's not about that. something should happen, can I finish? If something should happen on the flight and you switch seats and then something happens, the flight crew has to be able to account for everybody in each seat. If you move seats, then say you're fine and the kid that was in your seat got blown out where you would have been sitting because they didn't know that you switched seats.
Her brain is turning again.
Yeah, I was like, because my thing is if the child, you're saying if I'm blown away or if the child is blown away, the child is going to be in the seat that they're supposed to be in anyway.
No, if you switch seats, they would.
If I switch seats with the mom, yes, they would, because the child is still in the seat. It's only me and the mom that's switching seats just so the mom can sit next to the baby or the child.
Whoever sits in your seat, if you're not in that seat, it's going to be a false report to your family.
They do a head count.
But it happens all the time, though.
Before the plane takes off, they do a head count.
You shouldn't do it.
It's not by name.
If you do, let the crew know that you're going to do it. I mean,
look. Long story short, if you ain't related to me, fuck you. That part. If I agree to sit in the emergency exit, the key is if you see me running, try and keep up. Otherwise,
hey. Long story short, if you related to me, fuck yes. Damn, Raj. I'm just saying.
You're a heartless dude, man.
I'm just saying.
You done made me spit on my computer. Hey, I don't want to be in your family, homie.
I'm just saying. Hey, have you seen how tall I am?
Yeah.
I go for the emergency door seats because them motherfuckers always got leg room. That's a whole row missing.
Yes, they do. But let me ask you something. If something happens, are you going to be responsible?
You can
and do all the responsible things that emergency door
save my ass. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Pay bills.
So Roger, do you have any sports and fitness for us today?
Look at Gage.
Gage. I do not. I'm hurt. I'm injured. I don't.
That makes me say hell no.
That makes me say hell no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like buying drinks
for a moment.
Right.
Just 'cause I can. Doesn't mean I have to.
Yeah.
Yep. 100.
And you shouldn't unless she's there with you.
I'm back.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't if she is there with you.
But yeah, that's true too, because I buy my own drink and be like, baby, what you want to drink? Because I ain't waiting for nobody when I get to a bar.
Anyway.
Okay, George, roll the movies.
Roger, no segment?
Nope. Hey.
Now, let's check out the movies with Crystal C.B. Booker.
All right. And welcome to another CB at the Movies. And here we go. The films that are opening this weekend. Creed 3, starring Michael B. Jordan. Operation Fortune, Rosé de Guerre. Also Demon Slayer for the kids, if you like anime. Children of the Corn. Yes, they remade Children of the Corn.
What?
2023.
I bet it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would remake.
Well, you know what? If they had Malachi.
That was a good ass movie. That was a good ass movie, but I bet the remake.
I made the movie, but I'm thinking, and then more and more you're seeing more remakes of classics, originals, and I don't understand.
Imagination is gone.
Yeah, well, you can't tell me that there's no shortage of screenplays and original screenplays. I don't believe that.
You know what it is? They're all going to the film festivals because they know that they can get something at the film festivals, like prizes, this, that, all type of stuff. I think the accolades of the film festivals is a lot bigger than just putting your,
No, well, and you can get pushed and funded a lot cheaper. So it's one of those, and you know what? There's really only a finite amount of ideas out there, and people are running out. You can say what you want, but come up with an idea that nobody's come up with. It's very hard. You can put a spin on it, but it's easier to make money off something that's tried and true and go fuck it, remake it, and then just make money and keep it pushing. That's what I think is going on now. It's not even about the originality. Sad but true. So
Also, Hunt Her, Kill Her, Na Ba Nu, and so those are the films that are opening this weekend. Definitely go support Creed 3. I've been looking forward to this one, and it's really good. It does not disappoint. And Michael B. Jordan actually does other roles within the film as far as like production, and so yeah, just check it out. Support Creed 3. It's a good film. It's really good. Tessa Thompson also is, with back in the film. She is, of course, his love interest. And Jonathan Major, who is just about in everything, also is in Creed 3. He plays his friend. So Jonathan Major is just, like I said, just about everything. The Last Dragon. Yeah. Who would play Bruce Leroy?
No. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Converse.
Leave it alone.
Did you say another Bruce Leroy?
There'll never be another time. If Limelight can't come back, if his son can't do it, no. Don't leave that shit alone. No, there'll never be another Vanity. There'll never be another Show Enough. Hey, Leroy. Hell no.
Yes.
Come on, Timac was the shit, boy.
He is. Yes.
Hey, but you know what? So, like, in Michael B. directed, he got it. He's directing now. The young man's come a long way. I think it'll be good. I probably will wait for it to come out because as I've gotten older, it's like every time people do sequels and prequels, it's like, all right, I can only watch so much of it, but I'm sure I'll catch it down the road and be like, you know what, good job. He did a great job and all that. So, yeah, I definitely support my people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what's up, Renault.
And actually, you could say that film, joins a long lineage from, the Rocky movies.
It does.
Spin-off. So I definitely support it because I loved every single Rocky movie. My favorite. In my opinion, my favorite one is Rocky 4.
If you said 5, okay, I'm with you. You said 5, you had to go.
No, 4. To me, 4 was the best one. The soundtrack was banging, but just the story, the plot, the twist, everything about it was just amazing.
3 and 4. 3 and 4 are my two favorite. It's hard to determine because Mr. T was, hey woman. I bet you stay up every night dreaming of a real man, don't you? I tell you what, you bring your pretty little self on down to my apartment. I'll show you a real man. You want it, you got it. Hey, that's my shit.
But the thing is, in 3, it shows.
He didn't write 1 and 2.
What?
He didn't write 1 and 2, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
it was 2 of them that he didn't write.
1 and 2, he absolutely wrote.
2, he definitely wrote that.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
Yeah.
Because he sold his dog to get the screenplay, and he also would not accept another actor playing the lead role. So he had to fund it himself because they didn't want him because they didn't think he was any good, and he had just come fresh off of Lords of Flatbush. Yep, and so I know CB would know, and so he actually did, and he had to really push to be in it. And he sold his dog, he made money, he bought the dog back, everybody's happy. So, but it maybe so. But no, Rocky 5, R.I.P. to Tommy Morrison, but that was trash. It was horrifically terrible.
Yeah.
But Tommy Morrison was at his height, and he was popular. And I understand why Stallone did it, but it was a huge black eye on the Rocky franchise. They kind of got consistently worse after that until he got to Creed. So I love the fact that he's working with Michael B. Jordan to keep pushing it because man. But yeah. All up to 4, beautiful. 3 and 4, my favorite.
Morrison was trash. That
I mean,
dude,
yeah,
he was
tried.
so
He tried.
He was
What?
coked out.
All right, hey, you know what, Gage? You're fired. You better be joking.
So it says that all of them were written by Rocky Bob. Well, by what's his face, Sylvester Stallone, except Rocky 5.
That's why.
That's why it sucked.
It was trash.
It was trash.
Yeah.
That dude,
yeah.
and that dude was trash.
Yeah.
He couldn't box for real. I mean, he had he won a championship. That's what got him the dang role. But I mean,
that's usually how it works.
then he got high, and then he got gay, and then he died.
Right. See, and this is the thing. I think that once Stallone decided that he's gonna write all these movies, like he just went through a lot of shit, including what I always talk about is know your rights, know your business, handle your business before you put stuff out. Because there's a question, right? Why doesn't Stallone have any stake in the series? Well, in short, Stallone was never written into the Rocky ownership and was unsuccessful pushing for the rights later into his and the franchise's career. So, like he just didn't have a lot of his business in place because a lot of people don't know better. They get so caught up into the writing and, okay, let me just go ahead and, put this over here. But you don't.
Well, yeah, but
there's a lot to it.
He had to break in the door because nobody really believed in him. Like, I think he was like a stripper or some shit before that. So he wasn't a good actor. He's still not a good actor, but he's gotten better.
Right.
Like I loved him in Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
And so he was one of those. He had to force his way in, which means he couldn't make demands like some people can now. So on the back end, he started saying, "Look, y'all got to pay me $20 million a picture for all these bullshit shoot 'em up movies because I didn't make money off of Rocky." Which
you know what I was thinking about?
What?
The Rambos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But by then he was writing his own ticket.
Right.
So it's different. But in Rocky, he was desperate. Beggars can't be choosy, and he was begging. So when he came back around after 2 or 3 or 4, then he could write. He probably knew it a little bit better. So there's that little history.
Yeah. And in the 80s, you know what? Like, look, a lot of the actors back then weren't really like the best of the actors. Some of them were only because really they had names, and it's like, okay, yeah, you know what? I like him as a person. Let me see what he's gonna do. And it's like, his acting was a little corny, but the storyline is good, so it passes. Today, try that old Rocky shit and all that.
Look, before we go to break, I'm gonna say this, Trey. They wasn't gonna put no damn Mike Tyson in a Rocky movie in the 80s and 90s because Mike was a psycho, and nobody in the universe would ever believe that Sylvester.
No, he was over there biting ears and doing shit.
Even right now, you wouldn't believe he could beat Tyson. Tyson's a no bad man. So I get why they didn't, but Clubber Lang was as close as you gonna come to that. So Mike scares everybody. Anyway, hey, let's if you're done, CB, you're done with your movies and shows. All right, we'll make a movie when they get here.
Took over. Everybody's so excited. You ain't done movies in so long.
I know. It's like, do you have anything else?
Hey, Jordan.
I wasn't even sure that intro was going to play.
We're about to make a movie though when we go to Vegas.
Yeah, we're gonna make a movie. Listen, we're gonna have 2 versions because we're gonna have before and after hours. I'm just
2 versions.
Look, it's gonna be what happened and it's gonna be what really happened.
You see, that's why CB on her. That's why CB on her water diet because she's gonna be out there doing something strange for some change. Hey, free the nipple. What's up with that? We gotta talk about that later.
She's gonna be on Fremont. She's gonna be on Fremont getting it in.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
What's with the nipple? Okay, let's pay some bills.
Go ahead.
Speaking of which, for our Vegas trip, we're gonna be doing like man on the street interviews. So I bought a speaker with some mics so we can like really be on Fremont doing the interviews and stuff.
Look at George.
The first thing I'm gonna ask people is, would they suck? Would they suck? Would they give fellatio for $1 million? I want to.
You know what? First
of
all,
wait.
We need to pay some bills and come back.
Yeah, because you fucking up. Because there's a lot of people that suck for a chalupa and a Sprite. So $1 million is shit. But I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of people suck for practice. But I digress.
Do you not remember the video we played the other week?
Oh yeah, you should play it again.
The dude,
that's hilarious.
with the dick for $1 million.
He was like, yes, yes.
That motherfucker, yes.
I will.
Yes.
I will.
Yes.
He said, I'll be on the 50-yard
that motherfucker said yes on the 50-yard line. The whole family watching. I don't give a fuck. $1 million? Yeah. $100 million? Yes.
It was funny. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie.
That motherfucker. Yes.
It was
funny.
That
motherfucker said, you see me driving down the street in a rainbow Lamborghini.
I can't take it. I can't. Y'all kill it. Hey, listen. Subject wise tonight, y'all know what it is. But CB, tell them when we come back what we're gonna jump into.
We're going to be talking about is the system.
We ain't never coming back. We ain't never coming back.
See,
we ain't never going into anything to come back.
Woo, a woman of mystery. I'll tell you when we get back.
Oh Lord.
Hey everybody, it's me, CB. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you conversation, motivation, music, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. So tune in. Let's talk. Join us as we shake things up and talk things out. CB and the boys. Join us for your Midweek Motivation. See ya.
불타오르네. I'ma make you pump like that. 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 Just like that.
Hey everybody, let's get together and feel alright with CB and the Boys radio show. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you music, conversation, motivation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. One love. Okay.
Every time I play that, we get blocked in Russia, right?
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, wow.
Russians don't need to listen to Bob Marley.
Man.
Russian racist. It's all right. They talk.
They'll be all right.
All right, guys. And we are back. So tonight, our topic is the system rigged for bitter baby mamas, a.k.a. psycho exes? Because this is an extension of what we talked about last week about crazy exes. Yes. So
I'm gonna let all y'all go.
Let's talk about some statistics.
They said absolutely.
And he would be correct. So
yes.
The current stats right now, according to Google News, 1/2 of all custodial parents, which is 49.4%, had either legal or informal child support agreements. About 7 in 10 custodial parents, 69.8%, who were supposed to receive child support. And this was as of in 2017.
Okay.
So they received at least some payments. So basically, the majority of people are paying child support. Now, what's crazy and what prompted this, there was a gentleman who paid $1 million to his child's mother. And then once the child turned 18, he had to pay another $1 million to the state. She filed for child support, back child support, when the child turned 18, which, number one, I didn't even know you could do that.
You can.
Because I thought that child support only goes up until the child is 18. Is that correct?
So this is the thing.
But the back, you still have to pay the back, whatever's owed.
Yeah, right. So
back, if you had some back child support, even after the 18, you still got to pay that shit off.
So this is the thing. It's all depending with that being said, because it actually happened to me. I had not ever paid child support until Shakima was like 14 years old. And then I went to do something with the government and they put his ass on child support. But when I left him, she was 1 year old and I had put an order in Miami, which when they looked back on the records, they saw that I put that order in and they made him pay all that back child support. So even after 18, she was still getting paid. So it would happen depending on when you put your order in. But you can't go at 17 years old, go file for child support. You're getting it for a year and all of a sudden it's like, well, no, I want it from when the baby was born all the way till now. They're not going to give it to you. It goes from when the order actually went in, no matter where you put that order in.
Hey, let me be specific on that, Gage and JJ. As long as they're in college,
they can go to 22 or 20, whatever.
It doesn't matter how long they go. As long as they if they graduate and go straight to college, as long if they go through, if they go to law school and do 8 years in college, you got 8 more years.
Right.
100.
Yeah.
So
trust me, I've been in that.
Hey, listen. Okay. Hey,
we're speaking from experience tonight, guys. Okay.
For once, I'm going to take a back seat because everybody here has more insight than I do.
And you know what? I'm gonna say something, Roger, about that. Kudos to you, brother.
Yeah, but
kudos to you because you know you're one in 100,000.
The hell with Roger.
Don't do that to my brother. Come back. Fucking hater. Stop hating. First of all, we don't give him.
Right.
We don't.
You're so right.
We don't give him kudos all the time.
The hater meter is full.
Right.
The hater meter is full.
Can I get my 1 in a million?
Oh Lord. That light skin hateration.
Oh my God. Damn.
Fucking Redbone over there upset as hell. I don't know what's going on. George, grab a drink. You over there
you paying $1,600 a month in child support, you be rad as hell too. Shit.
Hell yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Oh,
but because I have friends that do it, they go through it. I've been vicariously and by proxy, I have experienced a lot of it with other people.
Yeah.
And what I have learned, and just being curious, what I've learned is you know what? 2 things. One, it's like look, Trey. Okay, it's hard as hell to be friends for no less than 18 years and up to more with someone who's determined to get you. But here's what I will tell you, and I know y'all know this: the system is rigged. It's 100% rigged, and it's not rigged in our favor. But what people have to understand is it's rigged so that women of color are deliberately single and they're charging men because, and then we're being railroaded sometimes through our own dumb shit, other times with help, be that to the graveyard or to jail, modern day slavery. That being said, you have to figure out a way around it. Don't make no mistake about it. There have been times when I was pretty sure it was going to happen to me because everybody, you with somebody for long enough time, you anticipate walking.
I got to get ready for this one.
But right. I know y'all got stories. And so my thing is, it's hard as hell to think about doing that for a long time. But when you're thinking about your money, you like, listen, I'm going to try to ride it out one way or the other. And however you do it is how you get your agreement, you get shit signed, you do what you have to do to make sure you're protected. But it is very, very difficult. Now, I know both sides of the fence because I had parents that didn't do it. And then I know people that did. I think if it was like fair and even, it would be a lot easier for people to coexist, but it's not meant to do that. So either she's trying to get him from everything, because here's the thing, the one thing you hear all the time is, I don't need a man, I'm independent, I'm blah, 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 but I'm going to get him for everything because you know it's going to affect his life to hit him in the pockets. Now, if we could agree on paying, I'm just saying if I had this situation, if this happened to me, my children are older now, so it is what it is. But if it happened to me prior to that, I'll be honest with y'all, I'm a pretty spiteful person. I'm pretty vindictive. So if it would have gone down to, we could have gone 50-50, agreed on everything, split everything, there wouldn't have been a problem. But if you'd have been like, look, my lifestyle requires X, Y, and Z, I'm making phone calls. I'm just letting you know I'm making phone calls because it ain't fair, and I don't like that. I don't like that it's not fair, but I do agree that people should be responsible. Now, that being said, I could take this a whole different direction, but I know you guys all have stories, so please speak on whether the fairness of it. Be that man or woman, let's be honest. Is it fair? Is it fair?
The fuck no. Let me tell you how fucked up it is. Hold on. I know we've done this once. Wait a minute.
Warning, the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
So this is some bullshit. Let me tell you what the fuck happened to me. I ain't afraid. I'll talk about it. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Let me tell you what the fuck happened. So I get hit with the child support, right? I ain't tripping. My baby, I take care of it. I pay what I'm supposed to pay. I ain't got no problem with that. How much you need me to pay, Mr. Court? I need you to pay this much. Oh, we just gonna take it right out your check. Right. Okay, no problem. Go get it. It's easier for me. I don't have to remember to pay it. You get your money before I get mine. So some years go by as this is happening. The state get taking the money out the check. Tell me how come I look up and find myself in court for failure to pay child support.
Okay, but was it on paper? Did you have a legal agreement, or did you have a verbal agreement?
No, this was set by the court.
Were you in two different states? Two different states? He said court part. Were you in two different states?
No, same state. Okay.
Somebody didn't do their job.
I'm gonna tell you where it's fucked up. So I'm steadily paying the child support. It's coming out of my check. They getting theirs before I get mine, right? All of a sudden, I find up in court for non-payment, and I go see the judge, and the first thing he say is, "Mr. Holman, why you haven't been changing child support?" Just like this. I ain't missed no payment, none, ever. What are you talking about? He looked at the paper. He said, "Well, if you had not been paying, you're in here for that." I said, "No, I haven't missed a payment." He turned to the child support lady. Said, "You want to explain what he says? He hasn't missed a payment. Do we have records of his payment?" She's like, "Yeah, such and such come out every while, and the state takes their money out the check."
Right.
I said, "So explain to me." Come to find out, they not taking enough. And what they're missing is falling back. And after it adds up over a year's worth of thing, or over a year's worth of payments, then I wind up in court.
But that's called arrears.
So I said, so how the hell are you gonna hold me accountable when you come and get the money?
Right.
Before I do.
That's their mistake.
And now I'm in court.
And now you sue their ass for defamation because that makes you look bad.
More money.
I'm doing all this. And I told the judge, I said, you just the dude right in front of me. He can't even pay $300 a month. I'm paying $16.
Why
am I here? Oh, Mr. Holman, I'm gonna need you to calm down. We're gonna just set this to the side.
I hate when they when we get passionate about something.
No, now you don't want to talk about it. You want to talk to the lawyer and shit.
Right.
Ain't that some bullshit? And then come to find out, it's just because of the way the law is written, I'm a victim of circumstance, and the fact is the fact, and they can still convict of that.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question for everybody because I'm on the outside looking in. Now, 1, 2, 3. Now we all have children, but 1, 2, 3. Now, ladies, if you're, and I'm gonna ask y'all first because I'm gonna go to George because George need a drink. I'm gonna ask the ladies first. I don't know the situation so much with you. Me and CB go back a long way. But my question is, if your child's father would have come, not just dipped out, but if he would have come to you and said, "Hey, I don't make this much," or whatever, and would have asked you to sign a written statement saying, "I only want this much," because I know people that did that a month, would you have been okay with that?
Me personally, yes. Because look, everything happens in communication. I'm not a nasty person. Like I had never ever wanted child support, period. And even when they did that, it was like $100 a month. He was like, "That's nothing." I like, look, put that on the card for her because she's utilizing her own money. Like that was nothing. But if it was like some ridiculous amount, and I know that this man has other kids, and he has bills he's paying, like I'd be like, you know what, don't do that. But if she call you and ask you for a pair of freaking shoes from Foot Locker, just send her the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I am a communicator. I would work it out because I don't like the fucking system, man. I see what it's done to like family members and shit, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, for real. It's not for everybody.
What's CB?
I don't like when women use it as a weapon to try to destroy a man because it's not fair.
Yes.
It just,
and you know what happens when a judge sees that? What happened to me with my first one? I was paying like $300-400 a month, and then she hadn't filed for child support. Then she turned around and filed for child support. We go to court. Judge asked me why wasn't paying. My dad get up with a shoebox full of check receipts,
which is what you need.
He looked to see all the money that we have been giving her. I've been giving her $300-400 a month. He turned around and said, he's like, I rule in judge. I rule in favor of the plaintiff. You are now ordered to pay $75 a month. I said, so you sure right. That's what that bitch got, was $75 a month.
But the thing is, unfortunately, the judicial system and everything else, first of all, it's not set up for you to win. Second of all, you're right in that. And like, here's the thing. For every woman such as you guys who goes, look, just do your thing, and I don't have an issue, there's a lot of women out there going, I'm going to live off of that, especially if you set out to entrap or have someone that makes a lot of money. And so the thing is, this is all a choice thing. We all have choices about who we have kids with, whether we know them well or not. It is what it is. But at the same time, that's why I feel like if it was even and across the board, the judges can't make money off you. If my whole thing was, all I ever said is whether I made it this long or not, if we'd have gone 50-50 and paid half, I would have been cool. But if it would have been one of those, nope, you make this much, I need this much, and I know my child doesn't, I say it all the time. You can get awarded that money, you might not be able to spend it because I don't believe in not being fair. I'm just saying, you can get awarded it. I can't stop it.
He's so damn violent.
Yep.
Look, so Gage,
that part, Gage.
Yes, Gage, I'm totally with you. She just wanted to have her. Wait a minute. She just wanted to have her do extra shit that she couldn't afford, and I wasn't going to pay for. Right, but you said some other things earlier, Gage, that your daughter was with you 4 days a week.
So that's majority of the week.
Right.
Which means she should have been paying you.
Right. So like he said, she was just about doing some bullshit. That's all it was. That's for attention. That's for more money. That's for all kinds of things. And the fact that she got
using it as a weapon.
That's the bad part. Yes.
Some women are so bitter that they can't be with the father of their children.
But let me tell you guys something. Don't think for one fucking second that these kids are not experiencing that shit and taking note. I'm going to say that because I am a bitter party of one still till today. Because one, we don't have nothing to do with why our parents decided they're going to get a divorce. That's one. Two, do not tell me that my father is a piece of shit my entire life. And then I find out 17 years later when he showed shoe boxes, George. Okay, I went to Puerto Rico and I saw those shoe boxes of money orders. And I am still, till today, I still carry that with me. You know what I'm saying? I love my mom. She's in her 70s. You know what I'm saying? I deal with her just as I should because that's my mom and she's in her 70s. But these are things that you never forget. And now you've missed all this time with your dad because of the bullshit. So kids grow up. They don't forget. And when they come after your ass with the shit, you better be ready for it. Because trust me, these women will pay the price.
Yeah, and it's unfair because it's the kids that end up with the short end of the stick. Because, like you
Yes,
said, all that lost time. And
of
that's why
course.
one thing with me, I never said anything negative about their father to the twins, like ever. I let them,
Yes.
find out for themselves what type of a person he is. He's an
And you
asshole.
know what that, and you
But
know
I
what?
never told them that.
Yes, I commend you,
That's
CB,
what's
with
up.
that. But let me tell you something. That is a really hard pill to swallow when they have to find out for themselves what kind of a fuck ass parent they have. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad thing because you go believing in your parents and then they do dumb shit and it's like, who are
Well,
you?
I mean, but you know what? Like you say, it takes a while, and that's one
Yeah.
thing we've all learned. Kids won't recognize until they go through that part in their life. So guess what?
Yes.
Think about it. If you were 19, 21, 24 when you had your child, your
Mhm.
9-year-old isn't going to understand that. So it's going to take 20 years before they
Mhm.
realize, okay, now I get it. These are choices we make. And I
Right.
mean, again, we all make the choice. Nobody has to be here. And so we picked our partner. For better or for worse, we
Right.
picked our partner. So in the end, you can be like, yo, he ain't shit, she ain't shit, but guess what? Who picked him? You have to do that. And so you
Yeah.
can't reach out and go, even if it wasn't intentional, give a fuck.
Mm.
We all did it. And so, okay, guess what? I drive 3 hours for no reason to trade. Listen, I've driven across the country to kick somebody. I drove 3 hours to whoop my daughter when she was 9. I'll drive more than that to fuck somebody up. Just I drove 3 hours to whoop my daughter's ass and drive back to work. Ask somebody. I'm that dude. And drove back that night. But it is difficult when you don't have people that want to coexist. And CB said it, and we all
Yeah.
said it. When someone's angry or bitter or don't want you to move on, then they're going to do whatever they can do to wreck your life currently and
Yeah.
keep you in that dark spot and whatever. And I think it's a choice kind of a thing. I know me, pretty vindictive. So I'm glad I didn't have to go through that, but I made choices to avoid going through that. And it was sometimes
Mhm.
very much a hard sacrifice because there were times when everybody wants to be like, all right, but you
Mhm.
think like two things. One, I love my money. And two, I know how fucked up some people turn out if daddy ain't in the house.
I'm
I can
gonna.
endure. I can
Yes.
endure. I wasn't going to not be there though. There's no way I wasn't going to be there because I've seen too many examples of what happens when daddy ain't there.
Gage. I'm gonna say something about that, and I don't. I swear I don't want to sound harsh when I say this. I don't know what the fuck postpartum depression is.
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I think that sometimes there is shit that is made up to give people
An
the
excuse.
an excuse to be
Ooh,
motherfuckers
It
ooh.
and
gives
be
them an
assholes.
excuse.
Because this is the thing. We don't have to be that. You know, when you reach a certain age, I could understand, like, look, when you're teenagers, you're throwing tantrums and you acting up and all this shit. When you
What?
reach, there's a gap. When you reach a certain place in life as going into your adulthood or whatever, when you know, you get pregnant, you have a child, whatever, that whole postpartum
Look,
depression, all that
I
shit, you can
let,
snap
let me
out
say
of that
something.
shit, man.
That's bullshit. I'm a firm believer. I got postpartum depression. How about that? Because I'm depressed all the goddamn time. I paid $1,600 in child support, $500 holiday payment. We got your bills, utilities, house, all this, car payment,
Yeah.
everything.
George.
And you know what? And maybe that's why.
Motherfucker.
Maybe that's why I
All
just
the
had two kids
adults.
age because I couldn't. I couldn't see myself having me, the hot
Yeah,
sauce that I am. I couldn't see
me,
myself having no 5, 6,
me and
7, 8
CB,
kids.
me and
I would
CB
be
got
whooping
into a
ass.
hotel in Las Vegas.
Okay.
That motherfucker payment come promptly every month. And then on top of the payment, you gotta pay $800 a year motherfucking what
George.
you call it, some kind of stupid fucking fee. Oh
Gage, you done started some
Maintenance,
shit.
fool. It's maintenance. It's
yeah,
maintenance.
maintenance.
Maintenance fee.
Postpartum depressed
Okay,
stat.
look. So here's what I'm
I'm
gonna say.
depressed, but guess what? The shit is still getting done.
The thing is, I'm not saying it's not real because I've talked to enough people that claim
It's,
they've had it. And again, hormonally,
okay.
I don't
I don't know shit
understand
about it.
it. Yeah.
I never had it.
I said maybe
Right.
because, and I thank God for it. And like JJ said, no, you cannot.
We're just gonna leave that up.
Yeah, I had it with my second child, and I can call in and tell you a few things. It is not a joke. And and I, it's like prayers up for those who have, but I don't get it. I don't get being nasty towards people as a result of stuff that you're going through, though.
Well, that's selfishness. And the thing is, you want what you want when you want it, and if you're not getting it, then you're going to be spiteful to do so. And like I said, that's not normally us doing it unless we don't want to pay. The thing is, if I think if men felt like it was even and it was fair, I think a lot more brothers would stick around.
That part, Gage.
But the problem is when the
Gage.
judge doesn't give a fuck about you, especially if you look like me and George, then they're gonna throw the book at you no matter what. Look, you saw we talked about it earlier. This girl, an adult, sued her parents for being born, and whoever this judge was, actually, she must have sucked a mean Peter for that judge to award her a settlement against her parents. They should have ran that bitch over with a car in the parking lot. For that. Let one of my children say I didn't ask to be here. I got two hands. They both hit equally backhand. You going to the ground. You didn't ask to be here, motherfucker? I'll fix that. You can't do that. But again, I'm not saying anything about your emotions, your hormones, or whatever. But if you don't speak on it and address it and you make that your excuse.
Right.
I don't believe in excuses. We just talked about it. I don't believe in excuses.
Right.
Regardless of whether or not you're going through something. But I also feel like being vindictive and trying to get even. I've watched a lot of brothers go down. Go into a deep depression and lose. You know how many brothers just quit working and disappear because they can't beat the system? This is why a lot of and I say brothers and men, white, black, whatever. But I'm just saying, if the judge is going to take it all, they go, fuck it. I'm just going to disappear until my kid gets to be whatever age. Guess what? My dad didn't pay child support either. Should have. He did like a lot of fathers did in the 70s and 80s. Nigga disappeared and ran to California and fell off the map. He came back around when I was an adult going, hey, man, you turned into a great person. I either had to choose to forgive him or hold him against him. My mom wasn't here to cuss him out. So I had to make my own call. But the fact of the matter is, we still have to live with our decisions.
Well, my dad never paid child support either.
Word number 6 is the key word
a lot of
right there. Word number 6.
What's
Some
that?
people do abuse it. Society has given people the ability to abuse these prescribed problems that they come up with. He got ADD. That motherfucker ain't got ADD bad. Fuck you mean? I got a cure for it. It's called a switch.
George angry.
Yes, he is.
Angry black man alert.
I'm just saying they take it to the limit. That's real talk. I understand postpartum depression. I understand that I can concur that there's some real shit. But I bet you, if there was a way to prove it, if you take 100% of the people that claim to have pro, you would find out only 30% of them really have it.
Right, exactly.
You had to have like a doctor's note, like they say,
plan on it.
But here's the thing: if they had to have a psyche eval, how many women do you think would go for that before you got a judgment by a judge? And then furthermore, look, the law says a woman can get up to 33% of your income per child. Now imagine some of these fools out here that don't have the money, but they trying to pull a Nick Cannon having 6, 7, 9, 22 kids. That being said, I think like Nick Cannon, I think that motherfucker should be castrated. I think he's a complete jerk off. I don't care how much money you have. You cannot be a good father to 10 children in different households. You can't. It's hard to be a good father to 3 children in one household. And so I think because he's got money, he should be castrated. I have no respect for that guy. But I also feel like when these dumb bitches out there going, he's got money, let me do that. There ain't nothing worse than a bad mother. I know it's a double standard, but there ain't shit worse than a bad mother because you are your child's first teacher. And if your whole MO is to have a kid so that you ain't never got to work, you lazy bitch, then you're going to get what you get. And you're going to put one more person into society who's going to be a burden on society. And people don't think that because they want to ball out, live their best life, have a hot girl summer, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sorry, but there are standards out here that are not being, adhered to. So people don't think about that. It's amazing how many women would have a kid that wouldn't even marry the motherfucker they had a kid with. Think about that. You wouldn't marry who you had a kid by.
Right.
Look, we know we stupid. We gonna hit whatever lets us hit. Y'all got to be smarter than us because we 100% ain't gonna say no.
Shit.
And so that being said, I mean, it's a double standard, but it is what it is.
I told him no. No regrets.
I mean, it's not and the thing is, I get that. It's not about regretting your children because obviously if you love your children, it's not about that. But if you think about it, should I have done it in a different order or should, and I mean, this is for guys too, because again, like I said, we pulling the Nick Cannon, my boy Derek Thomas, who I love, with 9 kids everywhere, but we only talk about the one that looks like him. What about the other 8? They just out there in the wind. Look at all these entertainers. So your only claim to fame is the same last name or the same lineage as your famous father or mother or whatever, but you got 39 goddamn siblings everywhere, and all of y'all ain't gonna amount to shit.
But the thing is, they need to have paternity tests. That's what they're there for. Make sure the kid is yours. Because there was another situation where a guy paid child support on a kid that turned out to not be his, and he sued the state to recoup everything that he paid on a kid.
That was the one. That was the dude that paid $1 million, right? He paid $1 million, and they told me, listen, $1 million is enough to get somebody disappeared. I keep telling y'all about that shit. If I gotta pay you $1 million, first of all, I love my children, but I don't think none of them little motherfuckers worth that right now. They gotta earn that. Second of all, if the judge tells me I gotta pay it again, everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. Are you out of your mind? That's the kind of shit that makes dudes go crazy. It's not fair. And judges don't care because you hire a lawyer, they make money. The judge makes money, the lawyer makes money. You fight it in court, everybody makes money except the person paying. You know how often women pay child support to the husband? Less than 3%. And it's not, and it's some shit. Look, we already know guys do what they do. My grandma used to say this all the time. Gan, I'm shouting you out. My grandmother told my mother, my aunt, and my sisters, honey, no matter what you do, when you leave the hospital, that baby goes home with you. So make your decision wisely. That being said, if you don't think beforehand, this is the kind of shit that happens. But I promise you, if a judge comes to me and tells me I got to do that, all right, well, you know what? I live in the desert. There's plenty of places out here to hide a motherfucker. $1 million? $1 million? You got to go. You got to go. I go live in Guam some fucking where. You got to go. I speak Spanish. Y'all. I'm just trying to tell you. But it's not fair. And I have friends who are struggling and have to work jobs where they get paid cash and under the table because they know if they go downtown, and this is a whole different story, but if you a brother that has a baby by a white girl in a red state or a state where the judge is tired of seeing that, he's going to bend you over and hit you with no grease all over again. Like they said in Malcolm X, our crime wasn't robbing people. Our crime was sleeping with white women. So if you got a kid by a white girl, it's really a rap. Okay.
What you got, JJ? What's the
Oh shit! I didn't got.
Let's talk about it from a different angle. My son's father was paying support. He asked me to take him off, and he would pay me directly. Did that, then his job sent an extra check, and because I wouldn't.
I'm sure that. Hey, remember when you used to write letters and it said "see other side" or TBD? Okay, this is TBD. Okay, so
I think JJ wants to call in George.
Wait. Send it back to him. Oh, send it back to him. He stopped talking with my beautiful chocolate boy and never paid another dime.
Wow.
That's terrible.
And it's the child that gets the short end of the stick. You know.
You know what? I tell you what. I did have a win other than the other one I told you about. I had one of my baby mamas just wipe the slate clean. She called him up and said, "I don't want it." I was
But
"Blue."
that doesn't happen often. I am not saying people shouldn't be responsible if you would like to be a part of it. Now, I got another question for y'all. Is it going to? But let me address JJ first. So oftentimes, guys, and I got a partner that did the same thing. He got 3 baby mamas. So point blank. Wait. I refuse to put him back on support because the mental and emotional trauma will have me in jail for killing this bishop and his wife. Hey, y'all know how I feel about holy hypocrites. So my thought process is, if that dude ain't around, fuck it. I would say go ahead and do it. What's the trauma? Like I said, you ain't got to deal with him. He ain't around no way. If you can get a couple bucks, but I'm a greedy son bitch. The thing is, if you like, look, the one thing I hate is my sisters going, I don't need you, I'll do it myself. It's not that you can't do it yourself, you shouldn't have to. But here's the thing, and I'm not trying to out nobody. How often when you're with somebody do you go, hey, if we have a child, what are we going to do? The answer, never. Nobody says that because you having fun making it, but then when the shit comes to fruition, you go, oh shit, what do we do now? So when if you ask a guy and he goes, hey, I don't want a child, and you continue to have the child, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. He gets to bow out. He told you he didn't want it, and women have 100% control of whether they have a child or not. So if a man tells you, I don't want a baby, but you have it anyway, that's like you telling me you don't want to have sex and we do it anyway. You're virtually raping me. Right. I know it's shitty because we both agreed to have sex, but if I said I don't want a kid, I can't afford a kid, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It's not about the money.
I never got child support for the twins. I did it all on my own. So for some women to say, oh, I can't do it on my own, blah, 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 I did it. So I know that it can be done.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is you did it on your own. And again, here's the thing. You have something that you can be proud of, but that's an ego thing. Most women that have to do. Why would you do it on your own if you don't have? Did you have to, or did you?
I had. Well, he threatened to kill me, so it was either die or put him on child support.
Well,
so I kind of picked life.
I wasn't there. My point is, that really wasn't a choice.
Well, he held a gun to my head, so I was pretty much like.
So again, that wasn't a choice in your mind because obviously you wouldn't have done it on your own. You did it successfully, but you wouldn't have. That being said, and you shouldn't have had to. But what I'm saying is, if someone says to a woman or anybody, man, well, we don't get to choose. Hey, I don't want this. 100% don't want this. If the law says, hey, you can bow out, you can put your child up for adoption. You can choose to not have it. But a guy has to sit back and wait for your decision. We have zero call in that. But like you said, hey, we did it together, so it is what it is. And again, that's a debate all the time. That's a debate all the time. But the thing is, you still shouldn't have to. You know, okay, Jay said, agreed, I'm doing it on my own, and my honey's definitely helping out my son. He's not his child, and yet he spends more time and money on my son than anyone else besides myself and my daughter. So here's the deal. That's a hard place to be. And I need anybody out there with an earshot. If you have a guy, whether it be a coach, a teacher, anybody, if you have a man who's giving any time, first 2 things. 1, no expectations. Everything that person does is of their own volition. You love your child unconditionally. Someone else coming in, here's what you got to understand. As a man, do you know how difficult it is to love another man's child, especially if it's a boy? In the animal kingdom, most males kill the other. Look at gorillas, tigers, they kill the other male because it's a threat. And so if you get another man, only in the human species, most of the time, can you get another man to come in and say, I accept, I will love, I will put energy into something that technically I have no right to train, discipline, or do anything else. Now, if you're a smart woman and if you choose the right man, or will trust him with that power to say, hey, do what you need to do because I expect you not to go too far. But if I'm with a woman and she's got a child, and like my grandma said, if I can't discipline like you, if I can't love you and discipline you like my own, you can't be here. So I'm going to love and discipline you like my own. But you really don't have expectations. So we didn't sign up for that, but some people do it willingly.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to show appreciation for that. But for those who ain't there, it's their choice. And when they're gone, like I said, CB, if I was you, fuck it. Your kids are old as mine, but fuck it, go retro on that motherfucker. Go retro anyway. I think that discussion needs to happen more, but people are afraid to do it because you might be afraid of the answer you get. And then you hope for the best and it doesn't happen. And then here we are talking about this kind of shit. But I think we're not stepping up to the plate because we're not being shown how to step up to the plate. At this point, I'm not being funny, but look, my children
That's
are
why
old.
it's called a courageous conversation. It's most of the time a courageous conversation. In these conversations, it's not that people are worried how it's going to affect the person they're having it with. They're worried about how it's going to affect them.
Right.
And they have that conversation.
Meaning they won't get meaning they'll get an answer opposite of what they want.
Right. Get that, or regardless of what the outcome may be.
Right.
They're afraid of what that outcome is going to mean to them. That's why people don't want to have a courageous conversation.
But you are willing to call somebody a month or 2 months later and go, guess what? Are you fucking kidding me? You're willing to call somebody and go, hey, we got a problem.
Hey, welcome to life. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, I don't.
Right.
Right.
Boom.
I'm just saying. You're right. But and again, I think we've all gotten the surprise, like, hey, guess what? But if you're not prepared to go either way, I think that's what catches people off guard. And if people feel like I can just leave. So here's the thing: I'm not 100% either way. I'm all about if you do it right or if you're fair. It's only when, unfortunately, people get mad and go, I don't want you to be with somebody else, and I'm going to hit it. Listen, my best friend's baby's mother, who I unfortunately introduced him to, but here's the problem. I told that dumbass to go have fun. He took seriously what he should have been poking at her in fun, and then he ended up with a kid with her, with his dumb ass. But when she was pregnant, she literally came up to me and was like, oh, I can't wait to get in his pocket. She told me that I'm going to hit this nigga for everything. She told me that when she got pregnant. Now, here's the thing. Whores are going to do what whores are going to do. I'm not saying I'm proud of introducing them. I'm just saying I was trying to have the man have some fun. But the problem is when a woman, you know how unattractive that is if a woman comes to you as a man and goes, I'm about to hit this fool in the pockets and get everything. I was disgusted. But it happens every single day because guess what? Some people don't really want to work. And I ain't saying no names, genders, or how you pee. I'm just saying some people don't want to work. And if you know I can have a couple of kids and never do a day's honest work, that's what people do. But I think people like that should be drawn and quartered too. You raggedy bitch. But but again, there are dudes out there having kids and disappearing too. And I think they should also be stoned to death. So there's that. You gonna keep popping them off? Look, bury your ass in the sand and crush your fucking head with a rock.
Okay, so yeah.
Hey, y'all are welcome.
With the glitter, okay?
Let my son
pink.
Listen.
That part.
That's all right.
Hey, listen, let my kid call me and say some shit like that.
Hello.
Anyway. But you know what? Look, I really, for everybody involved, I think, you know what? Ride it out as best you can. Get your situation together. But that's hard. Like I love telling people this. Yo, it's hard to be nice for 18 years. It's real hard, especially if you're not with somebody directly all the time. And you want to. I mean, you're gonna have ups and downs. It's hard to be nice for 18 or 22 or whatever. But I mean, we do what we have to do. The problem is, man, we need to think ahead of time. So,
And with that, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. But sadly, our 100th episode is done.
One love, Trey. I appreciate you, brother.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey,
so
all you bitter ass people.
Roger is on one. So one love. God bless, guys. See you guys next week. Guys, happy anniversary and happy 100 to our show. And to JJ, Gage, Trey, one love to you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with us and everyone else that have rocked with us.
Loving you. Hey, that's what's up. Appreciate y'all being with us this whole time. For those of y'all that's been here, throughout, we couldn't do without you. We love you. Fuck all the bitter exes, by the way. Anyway, take care of yourself. I'm out.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Trey knows. Trey knows.
Hey. So,
I got it back. I got it back.
100 episodes. We done the damn thing.
Yes.
But end of the month, we'll be in Vegas. So if you're watching this and you're going to be around Vegas, we're going to be there end of the month.
Yes.
They'll be coming from wherever. I'll be coming from Cabo.
Right.
I'll be in Cabo in a couple weeks.
You'll be in Cabo.
Look, it snowed here today. So, y'all need to pray to all of y'all guys to fix this shit. Because it's supposed to be spring here right now, and I'm a little irate about it. When I looked out my back window, it was big ass snowflakes. So hopefully in 3 weeks we straight again. But I ain't happy right now. I left the Midwest to avoid this shit.
Anyway, peace, love, and hair grease.
All right, guys, and one announcement to make. As of this 100th episode, we have 62 subscribers, but we need more. Our goal is to get to 1K, and we need everyone's help. So like us, subscribe, share our videos, our show. Get us to 1K, and you can reap the benefits of doing so. We will randomly select a person to win a very nice, happy, wonderful prize. You're going to love it. Don't forget to check out our website, cbntheboys.org. Thank you so much for rocking with us. All these 100 episodes, and for 100 more and 100 more and 100 more. So
free the nipple. Free the nipple.
Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next week. Same time, same station. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, offering you music, motivation, conversation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. And we have more to do because CB and the Boys is far from done. So we got 100 more to go, but get us to 1K, guys. We can all do this together. We're at 62 right now and moving forward. So let's keep it going. And we will see you next week. CB and the Boys. We love you. Mwah.
Hey, we doing no bra march. No bras in March.
CB and the Boys have left